It had been 32 years since I first went to Mongolia in 1977, camping out in the high Altai Mountains and in the Gobi Desert. And I've been fascinated with this country, with this part of the world, for the last 3 decades. And here we are returning now in 2008 to try to understand better the extinction of the dinosaurs and to see the extinct or would-be extinct Prezwalski horse, the Mongolian horse, the progenitor of all modern horses that I helped to bring back into life by performing fertility-preserving surgery at the Smithsonian Zoo.
Yeah, this is Big Mama. These are the arms going this way. These are the legs. They're kind of tucked underneath. This is the pelvis. These are ribs. And remember I told you about where Mark hit it with the right there. Yeah. So he saw this arm, and then he saw that there was no neck or skull.
You can just imagine in this Flaming Gorge cliff, which is so famous in paleontology, how at one time, 80 million years ago, there would be a sandstorm and an avalanche of sand that would completely crush and fossilize forever a nest of dinosaur eggs that proved that dinosaurs indeed did lay eggs, and much later to find out that actually they sat on their eggs just like birds, showing the very close evolutionary relationship between dinosaurs and birds. Finally got to the area where the famous fighting dinosaurs fossil was found, where a velociraptor was trying to kill a triceratops when suddenly the dunes caved in on them and they were buried forever and their fossils preserved. And it's the first fossil that really shows behavior in 2 completely intact dinosaurs frozen in time from 80 million years ago and discovered in this very spot. We understand why these dinosaurs died and fossilized, but why did dinosaurs as an entire group of animals become extinct? Well, our theory is that it was because of the birth of all males because of a failure to have a genetic sex-determining system. Here's a dinosaur tooth, a theropod velociraptor tooth. There are some small little finger bones. You can see the marrow almost inside, where it's all been fossilized, a couple of small finger bones. This is Mike Novacek, who is the head curator of paleontology at the American Museum of Natural History, who joined us with his entire team to actually go through some of this fossil hunting and help guide us through understanding what paleontology and fossil hunting is all about. Sometimes what you can see on the surface is very, very, very subtle, but the trained eye of the paleontologist can unearth from this little bit that's sticking up above the ground what underneath will be a fantastic find that will explain to us more about the theropods, the velociraptors, the oviraptors, and the triceratops that lived in these regions. They will not do detailed investigation in the bush, but rather will prepare whole chunks of earth so that they can dig it out, bring it back to the laboratory in the United States, where they can then study it carefully, taking the sand off bit by bit so they don't risk damaging any of the fossil evidence.
This is what the other side looks, and in camp we will complete the process and put another layer of plaster.
Oh, okay.
And make it a whole plaster bowl.
Great.
Broken in half. This is the surface of an egg.
Wow.
Here's another one. Here's another one here.
Jeez.
There's probably more buried. This is where the vertebrae are. The edges of the shell or the skeleton are roughly like that. And then there are some ribs. Enough an ancient mammal that thrived during the time of the dinosaurs. This whole group, there are many species, this whole group went extinct about 55 million years ago.